What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. This is Michael, and I just want to give a big thank you and a big shout out to everybody in the dojo. We've hit 150 subscribers, and I want to keep this train rolling. But enough about that. Let's get on to what we're here to talk about today, which is we're going to talk about some first impressions. Got some anime, like I told you, that I've been watching, and I'm really excited to share them with you. So let's get started. So, the first one I want to get into is this one is called The Unaware Atelier Meister. I believe there are currently 8 episodes. Yeah. There are 8 episodes. Uh, well, nine if you count the sub, but I think there's like 7 episodes in the dub. But anyway, this is a fun, cool little anime, and it's a fantasy type anime, and of course, I'm sure you guys are familiar with the type of anime where a certain character is banished from the hero party for whatever reason. Well, we have that. We follow a young kid. He's 15 years old. His name is Kurt Hawkins. No, not from Treasure Planet, but his name is Kurt. And he's probably one of the most wholesomest kids you'd ever want to meet. He's helpful. He's gracious, he's humble, he's friendly, he's unique, we'll put it like that. And when we start the show, he's part of an adventuring group called the Flaming Dragon Fangs, right? And he's kind of like their, cook slash gopher person slash you've probably seen the anime trope, right? And of course, everybody thinks that he's the weakest of the weak, right? When in actuality, he's pretty strong. And so in the very first episode, they fire him, and essentially he has to go looking for another job. And he goes, which I think is pretty cool. He basically goes to this one place called Hello Hello, and it's like a temp agency, right? And so they'll place you with any job, that suits your skills. They test your magical aptitudes, they see what you can do, and depending on what your magical aptitude is or what your skills are, that's the job that you're going to get. Well, Kurt has no combat status. Like, his combat status is rank G. But all the rest of his skills, like cooking, cleaning, hard labor, mining, I kid you not, mining. Like mining for gems and stuff like that. And and I think no, not creation magic, but it's like physical later. Like, his physical aptitudes are like high, like triple S, right? And he, basically, as I said, and I'm sorry if I'm repeating myself, but he's one of the greatest kids. The only thing is, for him, while everyone else in the series is astounded by the things that he is able to do, to him, it's like nothing at all. It's like, well, back in my village, this was nothing. I mean, guys, there's even a scene, and I forget what episode it is. I think it's like episode 3 or 4. I think it's 3, where he gets hired by another adventuring team, by another team of adventurers, excuse me, and basically they go in a dungeon, and when it looks like that they're going to be overrun by goblins, basically Kurt takes out like a short little dagger, and he basically takes out these iron lizards, and basically he says, back in my village, mining for iron lizards and taking taking the iron from them wasn't a problem. And it's like, what? It's like, what? So it's a really funny, cool little anime. I'm enjoying it. It's actually quite fun, wholesome. It'll make you laugh. It'll make you laugh. It'll make you question certain things, and ultimately, you can kind of turn your brain off to this one because there's not really much thinking that's involved. Of course we get other characters, like we get Licia, who's an adventurer contracted by the royal palace and has a secret network. There's Mimiko, who's a part of the secret network. Um, there's third Princess Lise. There's of course the other adventurers that I mentioned. So you have Donzo and what was the one girl's name? Either way, you get the point, right? And each one of them are astounded by all the things that Kurt can do, and for him, it's just another day. But like I said, he's so humble, he's so polite. I swear, you guys are gonna fall in love with this kid. You guys are gonna fall in love with this anime. It's called The Unaware Atelier Meister, and guys, I hope you enjoy it. So, that's one. I got another one for you. All right. So, in this one, I had to pick because I had two in mind that I wanted to do for you. Well, what the hell? Let's just do them all, shall we? So, the next one I'm going to talk about, this one's really good. I'm enjoying it, at least. This one's called The Beginning After the End. Okay? And this one is, well, I guess in its own way, this is like, yeah, I guess in its own way, and I could be wrong, I could be mistaken, but this could be like an isekai. Only it's a little different. Basically, it's about this king in another world who was a ruthless king. Okay, like he was ruthless to the core. He valued strength amongst everything, and if you were weak, he didn't accept that. Like, he was a brutal guy, right? Until he dies and he's reincarnated into another world, into a fantasy world. Another fantasy world, I'll put it like that, with magic. And he's ultimately trying to start over and live a new life and not be so corrupted or power hungry. And I'm enjoying it because it's kind of like this king is getting a second chance to be, I won't say a normal person, but a more kinder person, right? Whereas back in his own world, it was all about strength, it was all about being ruthless, and he regrets that. And when he looks back on his memories, he's like, in my world, this is how it was done, or this is how a king is supposed to act, or a leader is supposed to act, and stuff like that. And I wasn't any of those things. And so we really see in episode, I want to say three or four, he's separated from his parents because while going on a trip, him and his parents are attacked by bandits. His parents manage to get away, but he ends up falling off of over a cliff, and is taken in by a dragon, a white dragon named Sophia. And she teaches him about magic, she teaches him about mana control, and she says, "What is it that you hope to gain?" And he reverts back to his old ways of, crushing my enemies, becoming powerful. And Sophia says, "Well, with that attitude, then I won't train you at all. I won't teach you how to use magic. I won't teach you any of those things." And she says, "Try again." And he thinks about it for a moment and he says, "No. I want to be strong, to be able to protect my parents and to protect my family and to protect others who are weaker than me." And she says, "That is the right answer. To use strength to gain power and to crush others, that's not a way to live. But to use your power, to use your strength to defend those who can't defend themselves, or so that you can protect others, that is the true gift of power and strength. And so now for him, he's on this journey. And as soon as he leaves Sophia, he embarks on this journey where he ends up finding a little elf girl and he rescues her. Her name is Tessia, Princess Tessia, because she is an elf princess. And he ends up rescuing her, and he ends up staying with the elves and learning more about how to control his mana, how to control his magic, how to fight, how to defend himself, and even there's some times where he gets to be a little kid. He even manages to hatch a dragon's egg, which the dragon's egg is actually in him, and now he has earned the name of Beast Tamer. So that's pretty cool. So anyway, this one is called The Beginning After the End. It's really good. I just passed episode 6. Yeah, I just passed episode 6. It's really, really good. I'm enjoying it, and I hope you guys too. By the way, all these anime that I've mentioned, I know how it looks right now, but they're all on Crunchyroll, so I highly recommend you go check them out, okay? And I know it's Crunchyroll. I know. But hey, these are really good. Okay. And finally, the last anime that I want to talk about is... Let's see. We talked about Atelier Meister. We talked about Beginning After the End. Let's see. Do I want to talk about Gorilla Gods to Girl? Or do I want to talk about... No, you know what? I know which one I'm going to talk about. Okay. So, I want to talk about one that I actually just started binging, like, this morning. Okay? Why I did not start picking up this anime... Well, no, I did. I started watching the first couple episodes, and then you guys know how it goes. I get sidetracked. I got sidetracked watching something else, and so on. But anyway, I have a question for you guys. Do you like Tokyo Revengers? Now, I didn't really get into Tokyo Revengers, okay? And probably because of the whole time travel thing and what have you, okay? Either way, I know a lot of people like it, but I found something that is equally just as good, at least in my opinion, and that is Windbreakers. Now, I originally started watching Windbreakers, and like I said, I got distracted and started watching other things. But I just started watching Windbreakers today. And I have to say, why didn't I start watching this show earlier? So far, it is really super good, and I can't wait to watch it all. I know season 2 is going on, and I love it so far, and I can't wait to see the action. Sakura right now has to be at least my favorite, but there's also Mirai, and of course, I'm probably gonna screw up his name, but Sojista and some of the other ones. It's really funny and hilarious, and it's all about just, again, using your strength and using your power to defend others. Of course, for those of you that have seen Windbreakers, let me know in the comments below and let me know what you think about it. I'm enjoying it so far. I love the idea of a group of, well, a gang, essentially, actually not, doing vandalism type things, but I love the idea of a group of students from a certain school coming together to protect their town from other delinquents, to make sure that the citizens of that town are able to live a comfortable and even a better life, and not having to worry about whether or not their property or their stuff is either going to get stolen or damaged, because they got a group of students that are on guard, ready to help at all times. Even if it's just painting the side of a business and taking down graffiti, Bofurine or the Windbreakers will able to do it. And they have a code, and right now, even though I've been watching it this morning, I can't remember the code off the top of my head, but basically, just remember, if you plan to do any harm to that town, just know that you will be punished by Bothrin or the Windbreakers. No comment. Anyway, guys, that's enough out of me today. I just wanted to run down those 3 anime and let you know what I've been watching and let you know that I've been having some real fun. And probably tonight I'm going to watch the Underground Healer because that's a pretty good anime right now. I'm enjoying that. And then tomorrow I'm going to definitely take some time and I'm going to binge because I'm way behind on Apothecary Diaries Season 2 and I need to catch up with that like post haste because I love Apothecary Diaries. And last night, guys, I had already started rewatching it, but I went a little further and I was watching some Frieren because why not? Because I love Frieren. Frieren is honestly one of my favorite anime. I love it, and I don't care what anybody says. So, and that's my opinion, and I'm sticking to it. Anyway, guys, like I said, enough out of me, enough out of my rants. Please like, share, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you know when I make another video, and leave me a comment. Let me know, have you seen the anime that I mentioned here today? What do you think? Do you like them, or do you not like them? And let me know, what are you watching? I'm really interested to know what my dojo members, what my people are watching, and have some great discussion in the comments, guys. All right. Anyway, remember, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, go make it an anime day, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.